lane walk. If you would only talk to the Lord, you might even make the lane walk. If you would only talk to the Lord, you might even make the lane walk. If you would only talk to the Lord, you might even make the lane walk.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Will, and today we are in the Focus ST. I haven't done as many videos with this car for a couple reasons. So the first reason is this car is mainly my wife's car, or it is her car. So it's not as around me often, you know, it's not at the house during the day, so it makes it a little harder. I'd have to do them at night or on the weekends or weird days like today where I have her car because I'm taking it to get service. The other thing is the videos haven't done as well view-wise. I think that's less to do with people caring about the car and more to do with me just making crappy videos that just aren't really helping people. So I wanted to do this video with the hopes of actually helping some people who are maybe looking at these cars, just car shopping in general. But first, let's go ahead and set this down and merge on the highway real quick. Nothing crazy, it's still cold, you know, it hasn't warmed up really to temp yet. So I did a little research, try to figure out what questions people have and general things like that. I guess not surprising, but kind of surprisingly, one of the biggest questions people have is comparing this car to the WRX, which didn't make sense as much at first to me because I didn't really cross-shop these two cars. However, the more I thought about it, I could see where people are coming from. They can both be had for under $30,000 easily, and performance-wise, they're very similar as far as like specs. Obviously, the WRX is all-wheel drive, but they're both still four doors. They both can theoretically get good gas mileage. They're fun, and they're most importantly, you know, they're in that price range. So I get it, and I guess I kind of want to talk about not so much why you should choose one or the other, but why I didn't even think to compare the two. And I think that will maybe help some people choose one or the other. Now, my decision obviously was partially based on buying new. Well, mostly based on buying new. That's not going to be an option for many people much longer. However, a lot of the stuff I think will hold true. That being said, I think I'm going to put this camera down and just go off that camera because 75 is just too much right now. So, funny thing is, this is actually the second attempt at this video. As I mentioned, I don't get this car very often, so I like to make the most of it. Well, about a week ago, wife had a snow day, and she decided to take the FJ, thought it'd be a little bit safer, and so I had this car, and I was like, you know what? Hadn't really planned to make a video for it, but I knew this appointment was coming up, so I was already kind of thinking about it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead, actually, we need to go that way. So I thought, you know, I was planning on doing a video next week with the car. Anyways, just go ahead and do it this week, and then possibly next week, which is today, I could do another video on a different topic. Unfortunately, despite having two cameras going most of the time, neither one of them got much of any usable footage. Anyways, it was all grainy and stuff, and it was terrible. And then the GoPro just shut itself off. I didn't notice. So this is take two. Why did I not even think of the WRX when we were shopping for this car? If you've watched any of my older videos on the Focus, you know that we bought this car new. I generally am not a fan of buying new cars. It made more financial sense for me to trade it in than to sell it separately and go buy another car with the tax credits and everything else. That being said, people have different reasons for why they buy new cars or used cars. We're not going to debate that in this video. If, however, you're going out right now today looking to buy a new car, you're looking to stay around $30,000 or less, and you want something fun, I could definitely see the WRX popping into your mind. For me, coming out of an Evo, I think part of it was the WRX. You know, we give the WRXs crap because, you know, we think they're crap, basically. But in all honesty, I wanted to go somewhere different with the car, first of all. Not that that would have necessarily stopped me from the WRX. What really stopped me from the WRX personally is the price difference. Now, I said they're both around, you can get them both for under $30,000. This one stickered for 29 and change. I think it was like 29,015. If I was paying anywhere near that number, I may have been considering a WRX, because personally, I think the WRX is going to hold its resale value longer than the Focus ST. I think that's because people feel those cars are going to last longer. I don't know that I necessarily believe that, but I can't argue with what the market's doing. Whether the market's doing it for the right reasons, that's debatable, but regardless, Subarus tend to hold their value better. If I was just looking at it from that point of view, I think, yeah, that the WRX does make a little bit more sense. But I paid like 23 something for this, brand new. That's a huge difference. What are we doing, people? Just chit-chatting at the green light. That guy's in a ski mask. Okay, that's weird. Suddenly, when you're talking about 23,000 versus almost 30,000, now we've got a huge gap. Nobody should be paying anywhere near sticker for a Focus ST, or any Focus for that matter, or most Fords, save for like the GT and the Shelbys. You shouldn't be doing that. Now, I don't agree you should be paying sticker for WRXs either, but you're not going to get probably $6,000 off a WRX. I'd be hard pressed to think that's going to happen at any time. So today, going out buying a new car under 30,000, if you're considering these two cars because the Focus and the WRX are both in the same price range and you like them both, 100% you need to buy the Focus. If you're not a good negotiator, even if you don't do well with that, do it over email first. I didn't do this car over email, I did it in person. It was a time where there's no way I could get a better deal in person than I could over email. I've kind of gone back and forth with that because I got a pretty good deal with this in person. But I was also a very serious buyer. I made that known, but I think it's your attitude and how you're acting. Now, if you're a good actor and you can act like you're an extremely serious buyer that day, then again, if you're not an extremely serious buyer, you're not going to have that willingness to negotiate. So there's no sense in wasting your time and their time negotiating if you're not that serious. I told the wife ahead of time that if I could get the car for under, I forget what number, because 23 was definitely, I was happy with. I think I wanted it under 20. I know I wanted it under 25. I think I came in and offered like 21 or 22. I was even more surprised. I mean, I knew that number was not completely off the wall by doing some research, seeing what people were saying on the forums and different things. You know, I didn't go in and offer 12. You know, you got to be at least somewhat in a ballpark. May not be the ballpark that you're in, but somewhere in the US there is a ballpark market that car can be had for that price, and I knew that. So I didn't feel too crazy going in. And you should never lead off with the number you really want anyways, because one, you could be surprised, kind of like I was. And two, it shouldn't be about winning and losing. It should be about both parties walking away feeling good about the deal, ultimately. Regardless of how you want to say it, the fact of the matter is me coming in lower and then ended up buying it a little bit higher, I think makes them feel a little bit better too, even if they would never admit that. So that's kind of a side tangent there. So I wanted to kind of keep this short. Judging by the GoPro in reverse on the mirror here, it doesn't look like I'm succeeding so well. But I wanted to keep this video short and just say that if you're buying new today, 100% you need to be buying a Focus ST. Yes, I believe the Subaru will hold its value longer, or hold its value better in the long run, but not if you get $7,000 off the bat. It's going to take the Subaru a very long time to make up that difference. So that being said, I definitely think the Focus ST is the way to go if you're buying new. Yes, I still believe that the WRX will hold a higher percentage based on MSRP value, but when you consider a $7,000 off sticker right off the bat, or $6,000, whatever, you can't argue with this car being the better value all around. You know, somebody's obviously going to say, oh, well, I need all-wheel drive for snow weather or something. I don't believe you, honestly, is my answer to that. A front-wheel drive car with proper snow tires, it's going to be pretty unstoppable. All-wheel drive really isn't going to do that much more for you unless you're just trying to do crazy stuff. Or I'm not saying it's not safer or better. I'm just, for a normal person trying to get to work one morning when it snows, front-wheel drive with snow tires versus all-wheel drive with snow tires, just trying to get to work, I don't think it's really going to matter that much, to be honest. Yeah, I know there's some people out there that, oh, well, we live way up north and we get 10 feet of snow off of lake effect or something. And it's like, yeah, well, you probably need something taller anyway. You probably need an SUV at that point anyways. So that being said, trying to keep this video short. I don't know that I am, judging by the clock on the GoPro there telling me how far I've gone recording wise, but I hope you guys find some use out of this video. Ask me any questions about the Focus ST that you have. Subscribe if you want to see more ST videos. Let me know. Definitely comment and let me know that. For the people who mostly subscribe for Evo content, I will have another Evo video very shortly, I promise. And other than that, like if that's your thing, and appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great day and good luck negotiating. See you guys later. Wow, they're just all staring.